Okay, so radio check, can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Yep, I got you loud and clear as well. Okay, en aviación decimos 5x5.
5x5.
5x5 es lo mejor, 4x4 está bien, 3x3 es casi nada, 2x2 es ya malo y 1x1 pésimo. Hay veces que dicen 5x4, te recibo bien, pero no está tan mal.
5x5 es excelente.
Okay. Next.
Dates, valid, and
okay, GPS dates. Basically, we check the database. It will expire on May 1st, so we have a couple of days, and like a computer. Okay. Then it says again over here. Okay.
Public Tower, Archer 6913 Foxtrot.
This is the volume for the GPS, as well as your on and off button. So I'm just reducing the volume. Okay, this is the communication box and this is the navigation box. We'll talk about that later on, okay? Let's continue with the other stuff on your checklist.
CDI test.
Yeah, we check that.
Alternator output.
Okay, which is this guy. Now what you will do is basically put the alternator master off. This guy dies. Put it back on. This guy works. So it's charging, okay? Next.
Radio set.
Radio set. Okay, so now you're going to be using this, and the first thing that we need to get is what? Or 80s, right? Or airport information, which is 26.65. It's on the radio 2, radio 1, and radio 2, and this is the master radio control. With this guy, you will select which radio do you want to use to listen, and which radio do you want to select to talk. So right now, you see COM1 and COM1 mic. COM1 means listening and mic means talking. This is the one. But since I already have on the radio number 2 this frequency, 26.65, I will just press COM2.
15, just 19er, visibility 10.
And I'm listening.
Clear below 12,000,
okay.
Temperature 10, dew point -5. Altimeter 3050, visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 14. IFR, departures device ground control for taxi at your IFR. Read back all runway hold short instructions, read back all runway assignments, read back all altitude assignments. Advise Republic Tower on initial contact that you have information X-ray.
Alright, information X-ray.
Republic Airport information X-ray, time 1253 Zulu. Wind 090 at 15, gust 19er, visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000, temperature 10, dew point -5. Altimeter 3050, visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 14.
Alright, they're using runway 14. So we are right here and they're using this runway. So we have to pretty much taxi from here to there. Alright, so we got the ATIS information. They're saying we have a altimeter setting of 3050. So you will set it up right here. We have 304.8 and 3050. The airport has a field elevation of 100. We're almost there, so it's accurate. All right, next.
Weather or temperature.
Oh, that's the weather. We got it.
Transponder.
Transponder standby. ¿Se acuerda cuando estaba hablando de transponder? Look at this. 1200. And this is the I-10 button. And it has to be on standby. Right there is in standby. So we're not transmitting anything. We just look like a little piece of metal on the space. Once we put it on alt, that's when they will see our speed, our direction, as well as our altitude. Okay, next. Instrument set. So this is something that you will have to memorize. Airspeed indicator is reading 0 because we're not moving. Artificial horizon blue over the black, and the orange line which represents the aircraft, it's stabilized. Altimeter, it's set with the field elevation. It is 30.50 and looks with the acceptable readings. At the VSI, or vertical speed indicator, is reading 0 because we're not going up, we're not going down. Our heading indicator, it must be coordinated with the magnetic compass. This guy is reading 27. This guy is not reading 27. So we need to adjust it. So go ahead, take the knob, push it in, twist it, push it in and twist it. There we go. 27, 27. They're check. And finally, our turn coordinator wins a straight on level with the ball on the gauge. So flight instruments are check. Next. Alright, so after start checklist, complete. Next. Yep, taxi checklist.
Taxi clearance.
obtain and briefed. So basically taxi clearance means permission to move, but before that we need to check our brakes. I will be calling controller on ground, which is 21.6. You see right here, 21.6, which is in the standby section. I switch and now it's the active. That's ground control. I will be getting in touch with them. They will be providing me ground instructions to taxi from here to runway 14. Alright, next.
Flaps up.
Flaps up. Let's go ahead and put the flaps up. There we go. Next.
Brakes test.
Alright, we test the brakes, and then finally it says throttle.
Throttle 1000
1000 RPM. So, do you remember how we check the brakes?
We accelerate.
Yeah. And now you have something that it's preventing you to move, which is what? The parking brake. So pull that up, eso. El safety pin said release. Okay, parking brake is off. Now you release your brakes, put your hand on the throttle. Left is clear, front is clear, right is clear. A little bit of power. Okay, poquito más, that's it. Espera que el avión se mueva. Okay, power back to idle. And check the brakes. Alright, your brakes are good. I got the flight controls. Left, front, and right are clear. A little bit of power. Aircraft is moving. Power back to idle, and I check the brakes. Brakes are good. Keep it at 1000 RPMs, and now it's time to call controller. Alright. Let me set it up the GPS first really quick. Good. So, I will be calling them. Pull out your sectional. Oh, you got my checklist. Huh. So you can put that checklist away. I don't know, whatever works for you, it's the same thing. And pull out your sectional. I mean your airport diagram chart. You have it? This. Eso. So, we are here and we want to reach this. Okay, so be ready for any taxi clearance. B1, Bravo, Charlie, 14, or Golf 7, cross 19, Charlie to 14, or Golf 5, Bravo 1, any possible option. So let's see what happens. Alright, and you can take notes as well. So let me call her. Report ground in Cherokee 43080 at Charlie ramp with information X-ray is ready to taxi.
Cherokee 43080, public ground, runway 14 at Charlie intersection. Taxi via Charlie, cross runway 19 at Gulf 7.
Alright, taxi runway 14 Charlie intersection via Gulf 7, clear to cross runway 19 and join on Charlie, Cherokee 43080. Alright, ¿recuerda lo que dijo? 14 Charlie intersection, cross runway 19 via Gulf 7 and join Charlie. Okay, so he said 14 Charlie intersection, pretty much this point. To reach this point, we have to pull out, take Gulf 7, cross 19, re-join on Charlie, and continue to the 14 Charlie intersection. Clear? It happened too quick.
Yeah.
Alright, so where's Gulf 7? It's right there, you see it?
Yeah.
So you got the flight controls, and practice your taxi. So a little bit of power, making sure that the air is clear, and just take the aircraft towards the Gulf 7, okay? So a little bit of power. There we go, right rudder. There we go, good. Use the taxi line as a reference, beautiful. Okay, reduce power. You need to keep 1000 RPMs all the times. So you have 1200 and you have to stay on this line, on the taxi lines all the time. Okay, right there. He say Gulf 7, runway 19er. Yep, we don't have anybody on final. Good. We just cross this. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, we just continue. If you feel that the aircraft is asking you for power, give it to her, just a little bit. Power, just a little bit of power. There we go, that's it. That's it. Good. We stay on
Charlie's left, right?
Yep, but we stay on the center line, okay? Now we reduce power a little bit. Nobody's there, nobody's here. There we go. Always looking on these intersection areas because you never know. There's an aircraft over there. There's a big jet over there, and their wings are bigger. So you have to create some extra room for you. Now, taxi your aircraft and practice your skills. Stay on the yellow line. A little bit more to the right. A little bit more. 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 Right there. Right there. Hold it. There we go. Good. Good. A little bit more to the right side. Right rudder. Right, not left. Right, right, right. More. You have to keep that yellow right there. That's the center line. Good. Good. Now we have to do the run-up checklist as well as the run-up operation. We'll do it right here. See it? Okay. So we're going to be taxiing it together, right? So we are on the center line. Looking good. We always have to put the aircraft into the wind. Okay? So look left. Nobody's there. We have the windsock right there. And we have to put our aircraft into this box. Oh. Perfect. We stop. Now we continue with the checklist. We are right here pretty much on this section. Right there. See? It's a little square. Okay, let's continue with the checklist. Run-up checklist. So parking brake.
Good morning, Farmingdale Ground.
Set it up.
November 425, Papa Romeo.
Again, put the parking brake.
Right. Like taxi runway 14 for a left down with the bar.
All right. Next.
Skyline 425, Romeo Republic Ground. Good
Expand timer.
Yeah. Fuel on the fullest tank, which is the right. Yeah, we have the right. Next.
14 via Bravo Alpha 425.
Yeah. Trim set for takeoff. It's right there. Set neutral. Next.
Flight control free on.
Yeah. So now again, you check the flight controls. Up and down, left and right. Yep, check it out. Good.
Avionics panel test.
Yep, avionics panel test, which is this guy right here. Go ahead and press it. You will see a bunch of lights. Yeah, press. Boom, all the lights are working. See, the whole idea of this is to check if you have some light that is not working. Okay, everything is working. Next. Okay, make sure rich. But you see the aircraft is moving? See, the aircraft is slowly moving. Look at the ground. You see it? You see it's little like that moving? So you have to hold the brakes. Alright, next.
Throttle 2000 RPM.
Okay, even though you have the parking brake on, the aircraft is still moving, so go ahead and apply brakes as well as the throttle up to 2000 RPMs, making sure that the aircraft is stationary. There we go. Yeah, as you increase power, you need to increase the pressure on the brakes. There we go. Otherwise, the aircraft will move. We don't want that. Right there, that's 2000. Good. Next.
Max on.
Yeah, max left and right with a maximum drop of 150. So you will take your ignition key, which is right here. You see it? One click goes to the left. We have a small drop. Back to both. That's an increase. Now back to right. See, a small drop. And back to both. Okay, so we're just checking each magneto performance as well as each
Right, left, and both,
yep.
right? Okay.
Left and both, right and both. Okay, next. Yep, suction gauge, it's this guy, it's on the limit, so we have good enough pressure for our steam gauges instruments. See right there, 4.8, 5.2, each gyro suction. Next.
Alternator.
Yep, alternator. Again, you take only this guy, put it off. Only one, only the alternator. Yep, it's dead, put it back on. Boom, it's charging, we're good.
Okay.
Next.
The instrument.
On the green. Temperature is on the green. Fuel pressure is on the green. Oil pressure is on the green, we're good. Next.
Carb heat.
Yep, carb heat applied. Now you put the carb heat on. Once you put the carb heat on, you will see a small drop on your RPMs. Go ahead. I see it went down a little bit. Good. Next.
Throttle idle check.
Okay, so you take the throttle to idle. idle. There we go. The engine is still running, nice and smooth. Good. Next.
Carbon heat off.
Yeah, put the car feet off. Next. Yeah, a throttle at 1000. That's it. Just a little bit of touch. Good. Next. Yep, so, yeah, run up checklist complete. And now before takeoff checklist, pre-takeoff briefing. Basically, we're going to be taking off runway 14 all the way to the south practice area. Okay, and we will review as well as the emergency. In the case of an emergency, as we're rolling out and we have good enough distance for stop the aircraft, we'll take the throttle back to idle, maintain directional control, and stop straight ahead. Second scenario is if we already rotate, but we're still having good enough distance to put the aircraft back on the runway. Again, throttle back to idle, fly the aircraft, maintain directional control, and put the aircraft back on the main runway. Third and worst scenario is when we're taking off. Alright, we already reached 300, 400 feet. We don't have no more space or no more runway remaining to put the aircraft in the ground. So we're going to be looking for an up in the spot within 30 degrees center line to put the aircraft over there. But first of all, we need to pitch for best glide airspeed, which basically means fly the aircraft, use power as available, use flaps as necessary, and prepare for an emergency landing or crash landing. Alright, next.
Both.
Yeah, magnetos check that they're in both. Yep, they're in both. Next.
Primer in.
Okay, so primer in and locked. This guy, check it in and locked. Okay, next.
Rich.
Check that the mixture is rich. Next.
Power heat off.
Alright, check that the car feed is off. But always touch it, like touch it and prove that is off. Okay, next.
Autopilot off.
No, unfortunately we don't have autopilot, but we do have, but still it's off. You see it right there on the left side? Yep, it's off.
Light instrument.
Alright, again, airspeed indicator is reading 0. Artificial horizon blue of the black with the orange line, which represents the aircraft stabilized. Altimeter is set. You see this? Now it's getting closer to 100. Okay, BSI is reading 0. A heading indicator with the magnetic compass is reading the same, like 2 degrees off. So again, we just fix it. Boom, right there. See, it's almost 130. It's like 127. See, we have like 127 right there. And turn coordinator winds to tread and level the ball. The gauge, next.
Door and window latch.
Yep, they're closed and locked. Alright, next.
Landing, final items.
Yep, that's lights, camera in action. Basically, once we're ready for takeoff, lights means on. Camera means you take this guy from standby to alt. 1, 2, 3. See, it's alt, it shows alt. And action means you apply power for takeoff. Okay? So I will show you that in a second. So pretty much we're complete, right? Before takeoff checklist is complete. Dim, lights, camera in action. Fuel pump on, lights on, lights on, lights on. Pitot heat, we don't need it. And transponder alt. And note the time. Okay, so before takeoff checklist is complete, you can go ahead and put your checklist on your knee or whatever it's good for you. Usually I put it right underneath this, so when I need it, I just take it out. Alright, so let's pull out this aircraft. Put the parking brake off. No, solo subirle, soltar el safety pin, que suelte solo y ya. Ok, porque soltamos los frenos. Un poquito de potencia para que el avión se mueva. The aircraft is moving. Left rudder. Nobody's on the left. Nobody's at the front. There we go. Alright. I reduce power because the aircraft is already moving by itself with good enough speed. Alright. Now I'm trying to put myself on the yellow line. Right here in the center, and I just continue to the 1-4 Charlie intersection, which is right straight ahead. See it? That's runway 14, and that's the Charlie intersection. So at this point, what I will do is I switch to ground, from ground to tower. It's right there, 18.8. Now, over here, we don't want to cross this line, right? So we stop. right? And now you can see the airport signs that we were reviewing the other day. Remember, the red box with the white numbers or letters are mandatory signs. So that means we have to stop before we cross them. So you see right there, 14, it's on the right and 32 is on the left. What that means is that runway 14 starts on the right side, it right here, and 32 it's on the left side from our current position. We are right here. We stop right here. So it says that the 14 is to the right side, then 32 is to the left side. Make sense? Alright, so let's get the takeoff clearance. I will call them Republic Tower, Cherokee 43080, holding short runway 14, Charlie intersection, ready for takeoff. Alright? So let me call them. Republic Tower, Cherokee 43080, holding short runway 14, Charlie intersection, ready for takeoff.
Cherokee 4300, runway 14, Charlie intersection, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 14, Charlie intersection, Cherokee 43080. Okay, so, lights. Yeah, camera. And action, vamos. Wow, increíble, ¿no?
Se mueve, se quedó ahí.
Se quedó ahí, está flotando. Okay, you saw what I did? Lights, camera, and action, okay? So now you're gonna be taking off. Left hand on the yoke, right hand on the throttle. Use your pedals to stay on the center line of the runway. I'm gonna be helping you a little bit for takeoff. Okay, right there. See the yellow line, the white line? So now, power. And try to stay on the white line as much as possible by using the rudder. Remember, as you increase power, you increase right rudder pressure. There we go. You have to be gentle with it. Okay, full power. You gotta go to full power right away. There we go. Airspeed is alive. It is. Engine instruments on the green. They are on the green. 55. Rotate. 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 Pull up. 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 There we go. You gotta be a little bit more aggressive with that. Okay, now you're gonna be using the right rudder pressure. There we go. You're gonna be using your peripheral vision to maintain directional control of the aircraft in a straight on level condition. There we go. You need to step on the ball, alright? That's the thing, step on the ball, there we go. The wind is pushing you to the right, so you fight it, fight, 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 fight. Pitch up, pitch up, pitch up, because we're climbing. There we go. I want you to pitch for 79 knots, go ahead. Alright, the wind is pushing you from the left to the right, so you have to fight it. There we go, you need to apply a little bit right rudder. There we go, and you need to pitch up for 79 knots. Okay, right there. The number that we're looking at are the small numbers, not the big ones, okay? The smalls are in knots, the big ones are in miles, so just